Welcome to the 9th episode of the National Flag series. In this series I'll be covering the history, symbolism and different designs of each national flag, going alphabetically from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. For my list, I'll use all nations as recognised by the UN, as well as a handful that are not. At the end of each instalment, I'll give the flag a score out of 50. Let's begin the 9th episode, Australia. The flag of Australia consists of a navy blue field defaced by three elements. The first, a Union Jack in the canton. It's well known that many former British colonies have chosen to keep the British flag in their designs in order to reflect their past and the continuing connection to the Crown through the Commonwealth. The second, a 7-pointed white Commonwealth star located just below the Union Jack. The 7 points represent the unity between the 6 states of Australia and its territories, of which there are 2 internal and 3 external. And finally, the Southern Cross. This constellation of 5 stars is one that can only be seen from the Southern Hemisphere and is a reminder of Australia's geography. The first time a British flag was flown on Australian soil was in 1770, when James Cook landed in Botany Bay. It was raised again when the colony of New South Wales was established in 1788. Despite some areas of the island continent being proclaimed as Dutch and termed New Holland, British rule grew in power and spread in size. The British flag at this point in history did not include the Irish red saltire, which was not added to the Union Jack until 1800. However, I have used the current British flag here, as we'll get into British vexillological history in a few hundred episodes' time. In 1901, the Australian government ran a competition for submissions for a flag for the Commonwealth of Australia. As you can see, there is only a couple of subtle differences between this winning design and the modern-day flag, mainly relating to the number of points of each star. The flag was first raised in Melbourne on the 3rd of September 1901, now known as Flag Day. 2 years later, a small adjustment to the number of points of the Southern Cross star brings it one step closer to today's design. And a final revision in 1908 added another point to the Commonwealth star, bringing us to the flag which has lasted until today. But the flag fun of Australia doesn't stop at the national level. On screen now are the 6 flags of the 6 Australian states. It doesn't take an expert to see these as a collective are vastly superior to those of the American states. The symmetry and consistency of the designs make it clear that they are related to one another. It should also be mentioned that the flags of New South Wales, Queensland, Tasmania and Victoria predate the national flag. Furthermore, similar to the provincial and territorial system in Canada, Australia has 2 internal territories as well as its 6 states. I enjoy that the difference between statehood and territory is demonstrated by a clear change in flag design, and yet these 2 designs work well as a pair. Australia also governs 3 external territories, whose flags are on screen now. Again, the Southern Cross appears. Now to rate the flag, it receives a 7 for simplicity, a difficult score to give as I feel that the flag isn't too busy, but perhaps is slightly let down by the British flag. An 8 out of 10 for symbolism. Every element on the flag has a detailed and relevant backstory. A straightforward 4 marks for colours. It gets an 8 out of 10 for distinct or related. The flag does well as it clearly incorporates the British flag as a means of maintaining a closer connection to its past and to other Commonwealth nations. However, I cannot overlook the frequent cause of frustration for Australians, which happens when people confuse their flag with that of New Zealand. No text or seals involved. And therefore it gets a very respectable score of 44 out of 50, which puts it just shy of the podium positions so far. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the 9th episode of the National Flag series. Today was Australia, and next time will be episode 10, our first double digits, Austria.